What's up, guys? Welcome.
What up? What up?
Welcome to our first Facebook Live episode of the Rock and Comics podcast.
How about the same methodology for some reason?
That's a whole different podcast
I know. I was just about to be
altogether,
like, "Welcome to methodology."
That's a whole different thing altogether.
It is, but it feels the same.
Anyways, what's good, guys?
What's up?
So this isn't our first time streaming the podcast live.
No.
We've done this several times. And please, throughout the show, let us know how you guys are enjoying it. Look at you smiling. How cute.
That's right. So cute.
Anyways, so yeah, let us know how you guys like the show. We'll probably be doing more Facebook Live as soon as we figure out this whole lag situation that we've been dealing with for the last 20, 30 minutes.
I have to look it up and see how to fix this.
So anyways, this is our first live session since January.
It's been a month. It's been a minute.
It's been a month. It's been like 4 months. Going 5 months.
It feels like it's been a month.
It's been 5 months. So yeah, so we're here. We got some topics we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about HBO Max,
HBO.
the launch of HBO Max. I am so excited. We're gonna be talking about the whole situation with AMC banning Universal films.
Yes. Yes.
I'm very opinionated on that matter, so I'm actually very excited to get
Well,
into that.
you know what? I've honestly haven't read too much about it, so you can inform me, and then I'll make a decision as to if I should be happy or sad.
I will definitely let you know. I will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other one?
the
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Some of the characters they're going to be adding.
Yeah, so there's some big news regarding some of the characters. But also, too, because this is the first Facebook Live episode, and we're going to be doing more of these, we want you guys to help dictate where the podcast goes. So make sure to comment. Let us know if you want us to touch on a certain topic, if you want us to talk about something.
If you disagree on something, let us know so I can fight you on it.
That's right, because, you know, he's a great debater.
Yeah, I just want to debate all day. They call me the master debater.
The great master debater.
The great master debater. That's my nickname.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is. It is very terrible.
So, anyways.
Like a dad joke.
God damn those dad jokes.
And I'm not even a dad.
I'm the dad. You want to hear a dad joke?
Want to hear a dad joke? Debater.
I'll give you a dad joke. Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Why?
He was outstanding in his field.
Oh, the dad joke.
Oh, I'm going to get fired for that one.
Right.
So anyways, all right. But before we get into all that, before we get into everything, we have to talk about what have we been up to?
In the last 5 months.
The last couple months have been insane. For starters, if you haven't checked out the previous couple episodes of the podcast, we took a little bit of a break because of the whole coronavirus situation. We were actually in the middle of recording our podcast Methodology.
Yeah.
It's a seasonal podcast, so we record them in bulk. We take a break from Rock and Comics, and then we start recording Methodology with our boy Jandro. Big shout out to Jandro. Jandrito,
mi baby.
and
Mi bebito.
so we do that, but the situation that we came across is that when the coronavirus happened, we were almost done recording Methodology.
We were.
And then the coronavirus shutdown happened, and then we took a break for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, almost a month, honestly.
And then had to jump back in and finish Methodology, and then get ready to come back to this. But I had noticed it had been so long, so I recorded 2 Instagram Q&A episodes for my followers and posted that. And then we did one, both of us, the return to form, the return to Rock and Comics for Alberto.
Yeah, the return.
He was so excited. I remember that day.
Right, I was so excited. I don't even remember that day, but I was so excited.
But we did not stream that one live. So
no, we did not.
This one is streamed live. So yeah, well, first of all, for some of our Facebook viewers, this is probably the first time you guys are seeing our studio.
Yeah,
our little
our
studio.
updated studio.
We have turned away the hentai porn that's on the walls right now.
It's actually on this side, right over here.
So you're
right
not
over
seeing
here,
it
but you're not seeing it because we have to cut it out.
What you are seeing is the Defy the Tyrants banners behind Alberto's beautiful face. So go ahead and point those out for us.
Right, there's one right here, and then there's one right there.
There you go.
Right
and then
there.
we got Buanen's drum set right behind you.
Yeah, Buanen right there. His drum setties.
I like that setup actually. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? It looks like a nice.
I like it
setup.
too. I was like looking, because originally I was gonna be like over here to my right, and where we have our whiteboard where we write down on what we want to accomplish this.
There's a lot of penises up there right
There
now.
is a lot of penises, and I did not see the penis, but I just didn't want to. Honestly, it was out of laziness because I didn't want to lift the chair and put it over there. So I just like, you know what? It's just gonna be here. That's
Right.
all it is.
Well, you know, there. C'est la vie, you know.
Yeah, it's done.
And then behind me, I got some guitars on the wall, but you guys see behind me, this is Alberto's bass right here.
Yeah.
This is what I've been using. We got Defy the Tyrant Shitter, got some posters, and obviously sound tiles and such.
I've been I was like contemplating, because we all got that stimulus check, from Daddy Trump,
Daddy Trump saved us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got that stimulus check. Now I was still working at the through all the. I'm still continue working, and it has been busy. So I mean, I have racked up quite a good amount of money.
Mhm.
Then plus a stimulus check. I was thinking, you know what? Maybe it's time I bought a new bass. But then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna save my money and see what happens. But
I mean,
I'm still contemplating. It's because I'm either contemplating a new bass
mhm.
or I'm contemplating getting the studio its proper, and I mean
proper equipment,
computer equipment,
like webcams and such,
webcams and shit like that. Because like right now we're literally running all this off of
iPhones
and laptops, and
MacBook.
I mean a MacBook. But I mean, when what we're trying to go for is. Sometimes you need better equipment, honestly.
Yeah.
So I've been actually looking up a PC I'm gonna build for the space that's gonna help us out with this lag issue per se.
All right. Well, I would much appreciate the help for sure. I would.
Yes, we need a better recording software. Not software, equipment.
I like how we upped your rent here. We upped your rent. You were like, I want to pay more. I want to turn it into like a Twitch studio too, and this and that. I told you, all right, cool. We'll get it all set up and everything. And then months later, hey guys, so I started streaming live from home, and I have my own setup at home. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, you got to bring a PC or something. You got to bring a tower.
Okay, the reason is that like towers, it's kind of downside of towers. They're not as mobile as a laptop would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because a laptop, yeah, you have a bag, you put it in there, you can take it with you on the fly. PC, a tower, I'd have to like disconnect everything, and then bring it over here, connect everything up, then when I go home, take it all out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a hassle. So that's why I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna probably just build a new PC. I mean, it's fun building. I love building PCs. They're fun. The first one I built was with my buddy, my buddy Manny.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking helped me build it, and honestly, I want to do it again because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, once you build it and get it all up and running, and then you push that power button for the first time, and it starts up so perfect. You just hear the fan just boom. I'm just like,
computer sex.
such great.
Jeez.
It's fun. It's a fun thing, bro. It's a fun thing.
I bet. I mean, not my thing, but I just like to click and go. Click and go. That's my thing.
Well, yeah, but you see, in order for you to click and go, you need me to make sure everything's running properly.
Very true. This is very, very true.
Yes.
So anyways.
Yeah, so anyways.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a rough one, but we're getting back into it. Thinking about there's a little bit of a lag, but that's okay. There you go. The lag's going in now. We'll have to get that figured out at some point.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's been going on. So what's been up with you? What's been up with you during quarantine?
See. Well, I know we talked about like on Metalology, I believe. But let's see. So like the first week of quarantine, I had my 30th birthday party.
Yeah, infamous birthday party that he had days after the governor.
It wasn't days. It was literally Friday, and my birthday party was on Saturday.
Oh yeah, it was.
It wasn't my fault. The governor decided to do it Friday. He could have waited till the weekend and be like, you know what? Let's wait till let the weekend go, and we'll announce it Monday. But no, he chose Friday.
Yeah. So
and I said, fuck that. I've already got the taco vendors. I already got the drinks, the alcohol, the sodas. We're doing this. And we fucking did it.
Yeah,
And it was a great.
everybody was dipping their hands in the nachos and dip, and everyone's grabbing from the same box of
Yeah.
Coronas.
And you know what? I did see pictures of him being shirtless, so so you were right, because I could have. I don't remember me ever being shirtless, but then, I was looking at a conversation between me and my cousin, and fucking I'm looking through her, and then she posts these pictures. I'm like, oh, what are these pictures? I'm like, oh, I did go shirtless for a while.
Jeez.
I was like, okay, so they weren't lying about that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I lived.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah,
You know,
no one got the Rona.
from what we know,
I know everybody that was there. No one got the Rona, so.
but we don't know that yet.
Oh, we know that.
No, we don't know that. The Rona could be everywhere.
You know what we could have all had the Rona already.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know who got the Rona.
Yeah, we could have. Well, if we don't know who could have had the Rona, we all could have had the Rona at that point. And we're just having a Rona party at this point.
All right. Well, then there you go. The infamous party of why
party.
myself and the rest of the Defy the Tyrants feels that our boy Alberto will be the first to catch the Rona.
You know what?
The entire band.
You're probably right. I do work, and I do work with people,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to like service the public to get their fucking food. So yeah, you're right. Maybe I will be the first exposed to it, but you know what? I'm okay. You know why? Because I drank from the garden hose when I was a kid.
Oh God.
I ate those
Jeez.
Mexican candies. I have lead. I have lead in my blood.
I was born in this hole. I'm gonna die in this hole.
I have lead in my blood. So you know what? Let the Rona come.
Well, luckily for me, at my office, I don't have much to do. So I've been immersing myself in like a lot of projects. The band's been on like this fire like inspiration kick lately. Like we have 2 full songs. We have 2 full new songs done, vocals, guitar solos, everything, and then we have 2 more songs we're working on right now. We're kind of working on them in teams. Bill and Brandon are working on one song. Myself and Alex are working on another song. You're just kind of waiting to get the call to come in and learn the songs.
Essentially, I mean, yes, but I mean, I got a Scarlet, whatever you call it. The Scarlet.
Yeah, the Scarlet. Yeah.
I got the Scarlets, and then I haven't been recording, let's say, for the band, but I've been like recording stuff and like getting like trying to get like accustomed to like the whole recording process, demoing process, if you will, like like doing the the basic drum works just to hear the song and then do and stuff like that. So I've been getting into that recently. I'm still trying to figure out how like I started recording guitar, but it's just guitar, so it's not like there's a click track or a metronome behind it or drum behind it. But I just got the whatever Brandon was told me to use, and I'm just
the MT power drum kit.
MT power drum kit, and I'm still trying to just find a way to install it into my into the computer. I download. I just have to find a way to install it properly. But other than that, just once I get that, I'm be able to just fuck around with it and find out how to use it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I can probably start demoing my own shit.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'll give you that. Like demoing is actually fun.
I mean, I love writing music. But I've kind of forced myself to kind of pump the brakes because I was bringing in a lot of material, and I wasn't giving everyone else in the band a lot of room to work. Like as far like every now and then like somebody would be like, oh, we should add a breakdown there. Or, that chorus should be a little heavier or whatever. But for the most part, I wrote a majority of like the 2 new singles that we have. So I decided, I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit, and I'm going to start letting everyone else kind of dig their hands in. But I'm playing more or less like the producer role, where I'm kind of like, I'm sitting here, I'm the one who's running everything. They're on the guitars, and or Bill's recording vocals. And I'm basically guiding the song. Like, hey, that riff's not going to flow there. Let's try this, That's pretty much my job right now. Is I'm more in a producer role. And it's fresh. It's new for me, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Out of the 4 songs that we currently have right now, I only wrote the first song. And that song was a little older. Like, I wrote that song months ago. So the last 3 songs, like, I rarely touch the guitar Like I maybe for like a lead or something, I'll add a lead or I'll like modify like a certain riff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that's really all I'm doing.
Oh,
On top of that, my YouTube channel is picking up, which is cool.
good.
I'm pretty excited about that. I got 2 sponsorships I'll be announcing very soon. I'm very excited about those.
Yeah.
And then podcasts, we finally finished Metaology, so they're all
Finally.
scheduled. They'll be released every Tuesday until the end of July.
God bless. God bless.
So it's like now we can bring our focus back to Rock and Comics, which is cool.
Man, you know what sucks though? You know, our podcast is more like comics and comic based podcast, and it sucks that like all the movies that we were expecting to see this year,
all of them fucking got pushed out.
like fucking this month was Black Widow, right?
Black Widow was supposed to come out May 1st.
May 1st.
So we would have already seen Black Widow by now.
Yeah, we would have been like.
Technically speaking, this episode would have been the review episode for Black Widow.
It would have. It fucking.
That's
would've.
crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, we gotta keep the podcast going. We gotta find things to talk about.
Which brings us to our next.
Our first subject.
Our first subject. So, big thing is happening in the streaming world this month. I believe it's May 27th.
Yes. Yes.
The rival to Disney Plus. I'm calling it the Netflix killer. I think that Netflix is about to take a huge hit.
Netflix it's done. Like,
yeah.
It took a hit with
Disney Plus.
Big
hit.
And it's done. Like once this comes out, it's done.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only people that are pretty sure gonna watch anything on Netflix are stuff like it's gonna be like one of those like, oh, so and so is putting out like this like a something good to see, like a documentary or like a indie film or something like that. Netflix is done. No one's gonna bother with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Netflix is starting to find a groove in the content that it could provide.
Yeah.
For example, like during this quarantine, one of the things I've been watching, I actually finished the first 2 seasons, was Kingdom. It's it's a I believe it's a South Korean show that's based in ancient Japan that involves ancient Japan, hierarchy, royalty, Game of Thronesy kind of meets zombies. And but it doesn't sound like that outlandish. Like it's not like, oh yeah, ancient Japan and zombies, like Dawn of the Dead. It's very, very gritty and it's very dark and it's very like real. There's not a lot of comedy in it. When there is comedy, it's funny, but it's more like circumstantial comedy. It's not like.
Is there like a train involved in this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, because like
this is ancient Japan, dude.
No. Well, sorry. It's because it sounds similar to the premise of a show I watched a while back, and that's why I'm just like, is there a train?
Train to Busan?
No, it was an anime. It was like this weird. It was a good one, but it just like the premise sounds like awfully similar. Like you said, ancient Japan, fucking zombies. Sounds really similar.
Yeah. So like.
But I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, so I'm starting to discover some things on Netflix that I didn't check out before because I didn't have a lot of time. I was like, if I picked a show, I just kind of ran with it. And me and my girl Jen, we have a list of shows that we watch: Westworld, 911, things like that. So Agents of Shield. So like
is that still going?
What?
Agents of Shield.
It's on its last season, or it's about to start its last season. I haven't.
What season is it on?
7, I think, 7 or 8. I haven't watched Agents of Shield since like season 5, so I have a lot of catching up to do. But I don't know if I want to continue it because it did lose my interest. Like the quality really dipped after the Ghost Rider season, which was season 4, was amazing, and then season 5 was like it was really bad. I was not enjoying it at all. But anyways, so so Netflix I think is starting to find its footing in more grittier shows. I think that they're going to stop focusing more on the kid-friendly shows because Disney Plus came out and owned the streaming world. I think they surpassed 50 million subscribers, and they weren't anticipating to hit that for like another 3 years, and they did it in like its first quarter. And so I think that is a testament to like how powerful the streaming world is right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do get that because I mean, Disney obviously would take the kid friendly. Well, it would dominate the kid friendly route because I mean
Mm-hmm.
most of like obviously it's our people our age parents or that are getting Disney Plus because you know what we remember all the like we've had this conversation like remember like all the old school
Mm-hmm.
cartoons and movies used to watch
Yeah.
and us wanting to show that to our kids like showing our kids like the first freaking like the original Lion King, the original Cinderella,
Yeah.
stuff
All the originals.
like all the originals
Yeah.
and then even the original cartoons as well. I mean, the only thing I'm pretty sure they didn't touch is like Looney Tunes, but I mean that was
Well, that's Warner Brothers. It's
Yeah.
Time Warner. But in saying that, I mean, I think Disney Plus has a big grounding in like kid friendly, family oriented.
yeah, family.
More
There
family.
you go, family oriented. Yes.
I wouldn't say it's kid friendly because The Simpsons. Like I watch The Simpsons religiously now. Like I feel like a kid again. Like when I used to watch it, I never missed like whenever they did the 1 hour block of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. Never missed it. Never missed it. It was like a part of my daily routine. And now I get to watch The Simpsons like whenever I want it. And Corey's really into it, and I have to pick and choose episodes that he could watch. But and use like my Simpsons knowledge, like okay, this episode's fine for him. This episode is a little edgy, but it'll be okay. This episode, fuck no, he's not watching this shit. The Itchy and Scratchy Land, I want to show him so bad, but I'm waiting till he's a little older.
Right.
But anyways, so I think that Disney Plus is owning the market.
It is.
I
it
don't.
is.
I don't think that that's going to be the case by the end of this month. I am a huge Disney Plus fan. That's all I really watch right now is Disney Plus and some Hulu. But all I really watch is Disney Plus. Which, by the way, check out Dave, the Lil Dicky show on Hulu.
I've heard about that, Dave. Yeah.
I finished that in 2 days. Amazing show. It is so good.
I mean, Lil Dicky's like aside from his rap, like because I think he had a show like on Comedy Central.
I don't remember.
Well, this was new. This was like
Mhm.
really like a couple. This was like probably a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a little like 2-3 pilot episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
And from what I saw, it was pretty funny. He's a funny rapper. Like,
Yeah,
well, he's a good rapper, but he has like funny content.
I think that his show is very unique for what it is. It's very Judd Apatow. It's very funny, but there's a lot of heart. It's based in reality. There's not a lot of like he's goofy, but it's not like overly goofy.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, but I think the service that's gonna put all these services into place, HBO Max. HBO Max is the service I have been waiting for since Disney Plus. Like, at first when they announced it, I was like, "That's gonna be great. I'm gonna get it," you know. But then when they announced what content was gonna be on it, because when you say HBO Max, you think, "Oh, there's gonna be like Game of Thrones and True Blood and shit."
Yeah.
Like you can get that on HBO Go, like whatever.
Yeah.
No, HBO Max is basically Warner Brothers' answer to Disney Plus. Like it's HBO and the entire Warner Brothers catalog, WB movies, WB cartoons, and now they're adding on different other different brands too. So like for example, last month I subscribed to CRV, whatever. It's like the animation.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I got it for Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's one of my son's favorite cartoons right now, which is awesome. I love it. But there's also like Looney Tunes and shit on there too. And I was like, oh, this is a cool service. I showed my dad. My dad's really into like the old Looney Tunes shows. And oh, me, what's that again? Like that looks really cool,
Tom,
you know?
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Fuck, I love that. That was like one of my favorite. I remember as a kid, that was one of my favorite shows to watch. I'd wake up Saturday morning trying to Cartoon Network and freaking be watching fucking Tom and Jerry just like murder the shit out of each other.
And then HBO Max came in and is like, yeah, all that shit, that whole CRV shit, all that shit is going to be on our service. All that Cartoon Network shit, all that WB Kids shit, and now they just added Crunchyroll. Yeah. They fucking added Crunchyroll. Now, do you have Crunchyroll?
I do.
Did you have Crunchyroll?
I got it when it first came out.
And how much was it a month?
I think it was like $12.99.
Get this, Crunchyroll $12.99 when it came out. I remember it was a big deal. Everybody had it. I'm not a big anime fan, but everybody had a Crunchyroll. $12.99. HBO Max is $15. Not only are you gonna get Crunchyroll, you're gonna get fucking everything else. You're gonna get Cartoon Network. You're gonna get Toonami. You're gonna get Crunchyroll. You're gonna get the WB catalog. Everything from kid movies to rated R movies. I think maybe even the after hours shows. I don't know, Cat House and shit.
Adult Swim, probably.
Adult Swim is everything. Rick and Morty, all that shit.
Ooh.
Like Rick and Morty is one of the shows that are like frontlining. Like, you know, like when you go to the service page, like, okay, yeah, these are the shows, and you're like, okay, that's like basic shit. Of course, that's gonna be on there. Like with Disney Plus, it was like Beauty and the Beast. Okay, of course that's gonna be on there. You know, fucking HBO Max, they have Rick and Morty right next to South Park, and I forget Warner Brothers won a bid to own the streaming rights to the entire South Park catalog, and that's gonna be on HBO Max.
Fuck, you know.
So not only can you get Disney Plus and have the entire Simpsons catalog, get HBO Max and have the entire South Park catalog.
God damn, I do love me fucking South Park. Don't get me wrong. That's one of my favorite shows to watch. Like, I can just have that shit on in the background and, God.
And then they also announced too, J.J. Abrams, his production company Bad Robot, signed a $500 million deal with Warner Brothers to create DC original content.
Ooh.
Now, you had DC Universe. I feel like HBO Max is about to kill DC Universe.
I mean, technically, they're just gonna. It's just gonna be bought out, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, it's because Warner Brothers owns it. They could easily be like, okay, we're gonna move you over here. They own this shit. It's not like Disney when they were like, okay, we bought Lucasfilm, so yeah, now we get all that shit. Warner Brothers has owned DC film rights and television rights for years. All they have to do is be like, okay, let's bring those guys over here.
Man, I feel that's what they're gonna. I feel they're gonna get rid of DC Universe. Well, not get rid of it, but they're just gonna.
There's no point because DC Universe costs $7.99 a month. I still have DC Universe, and I love reading the comics on there.
No, I just feel like they're just gonna freaking transfer everything onto HBO. Because I mean, if they own all DC, then obviously they're gonna put it all on their streaming service.
And that's the craziest shit is that they've already announced Titans and Doom Patrol are going to be streaming on HBO Max, which is a big sign. Those are like the main shows on DC Universe. Those are going to be on HBO Max. I'm like, fuck, dude. I really think the DC Universe is still going to be around. I think that they're going to have like some kind of like bundle deal.
Probably for like the comics at least.
I hope that they at least keep the comics because I do not like Comixology. And I do not want my DC Universe comics moving over to Comixology. So I'm hoping that they keep at least the comics around, but I also hope that they do like if you have HBO Max, you get DC Universe.
Probably.
Like you get it as a separate app.
Kind of like
like Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu, or you get a ESPN and shit like that.
Yep. And this is how crazy big the catalog is. For $12.99, I think, or $12.99. For Disney Plus, you get Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. HBO Max, $15, you get all that shit. You get the entire Warner Brothers catalog. I already pre-ordered, and they're having a special deal right now where if you pre-order it now, pretty much if you subscribe to HBO Go right now, on the 27th, that automatically goes to HBO Max. You're only paying $11.99 a month for the first year. So I'm saving myself $3 a month just by ordering the fucking thing, pre-ordering it. So I'm super excited for HBO Max. I'm super excited to see they've already announced that J.J. Abrams is developing a Green Lantern series for HBO Max and a Justice League Dark series. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. Any thoughts on that? Are you going to get HBO Max? It sounds like the closer we get, it's like, man,
it's interesting because, like, okay, my main two things I like to watch, the main things I like to watch, History Channel, South Park, and anime. My anime, I have a site I use, quote unquote, where I can watch whatever show I want to watch, or I look up stuff that interests me that I want to watch. So, and that's kind of like the thing with like this Crunchyroll, Funimation. They mostly just play all the popular stuff per se.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not really it's not that I don't like the popular stuff. I do like some of the shows, but it's like some of the stuff I watch isn't really that. It's not. It's like the rights aren't available to Crunchyroll at at the moment. Maybe later down the line they will. But I mean, right now, like most of the anime, like streaming services of Crunchyroll, Funimation, what was that other one? VST or VS?
Something like that.
Yeah.
CRV?
Something you were mentioning.
Or no, VRV. VRV, yeah.
VRV. like they don't they have like just certain shows that are popular, which I don't mind. They're pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah. I advise check it out. At least just get the trial.
Yeah.
Try it out. I already told my girl, if I have Disney Plus and HBO Max, I'm set. Like I only need that. And the only reason I'm keeping Hulu because I pay $2 a month for that because of Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney Plus and HBO Max, that's all I need. $20 a month, I get everything WB, Time Warner own, and then I get Disney, Fox, Marvel, Pixar. I'm fucking straight. I'm good. I don't need no more services. And then HBO Max too. I feel like they're about to be like, they want to be ground zero for American anime. I think that's what they're setting up with the deal with Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Funimation discussions have happened, so we're gonna see what's up.
Hopefully.
Moving on. The whole situation going on with AMC banning Universal films.
Okay, so explain to me how that all started.
Okay,
In
so
case people like they like maybe they barely heard of this.
yeah.
They don't know too much. Like explain how it all started.
So, but this is this is a once in a lifetime situation. This is just crazy, because when you look at what Universal is getting ready to put out, more Fast and Furious movies, more Jurassic World movies, shit like that. It's like, dude, like you forget Universal has hits.
Yeah,
like, they have big franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So when the shutdown happened, when the whole coronavirus shutdown happened, all the theaters got shut down, and the studios were talking about releasing some of their films straight to video on demand.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first of which was Trolls World Tour. That was the first big movie to be released on video on demand. When those discussions were happening, pretty much the way it happened is that the studios contacted the theater owner chain, or the I forget the WHO. They're not the CDC, but the WHO is like the studio heads of like Regal Cinemas, AMC, all that, Cinemark, all that shit.
Yeah.
And they let them know, hey, we are thinking about releasing our films video on demand to help keep some kind of income going on with the studios. We want to let you know that if there's no way that we can have an available date for in the future to release a film that won't clash with other films, of course, that's what we're going to do. And the WHO was, of course, sure. Nobody's going to the theaters right now. So, of course, do that. Just keep, a certain amount of time until the lift happens. Until that happens, keep the other dates ready. So that's why every couple of weeks we're hearing more movies are getting pushed out. The one studio who did not do that was Universal Studios. The day that the WHO announced that they had been contacted by Disney and such, and by Paramount and stuff like that, they announced that Trolls World Tour was going to be available for video on demand without consulting the WHO, the film heads. Okay, so I forget his name. I cannot wait till we have this whole setup ready so I can just pull up articles on here.
Yeah.
The chairman for the WHO said, we will not forget Universal Studios and what they're doing. They failed to consult with us before. We had deals that we had contracts set. They failed to consult with us. We're going to remember this. Strike one. So, okay, whatever. And then a couple weeks ago, the head of Universal Studios announced that because they made so much money from Trolls World Tour, which really was not a lot of money, they just made their budget back, basically.
Yeah.
And now they can profit. He announced that they will be experimenting with both theatrical releases being released in theaters and video on demand simultaneously. And that was like what the hell? Because basically what you're saying is, hey, we're going to put Fast and the Furious in theaters, but the same day, people can get it on iTunes for $20, or they can go to the theater and pay $10 a ticket. You know what I mean? And it's not to buy them. When they put them on video on demand, it's not to buy them. It's to rent them. They're renting them for $20, so they're not purchasing the videos.
They're renting it $20 to see it for a certain amount of time.
For I think it's 24 hours. You get to watch the movie, basically 24 hours.
No, I'll just go to the fucking theater.
But $20, if you look at it, like even at the AMC like we go to, when we used to go to the one on Palm, tickets are $5 a piece.
Yeah.
So technically, instead of being like, okay, I'm gonna pay $20 and take me, my girl, my brother, and my mom to go see a movie, and then get popcorn and listen to that. I could just stay home and pay $20, and I could have my family and friends come and watch the movie, and I don't have to worry about buying popcorn and shit like that.
Yeah, you have food at the house.
That is key, and I'm gonna tell you why that's key.
No, I can understand why that's key.
Theaters do not make money. They make a small cut, a very, very small cut of what the films make in box office. All that money goes to the studios. The theaters make their money on what? Concessions.
Yep.
So when you say, we're going to give our audience the decision if they want to go to the theaters and watch a movie and spend money on the concessions of the theater, or they want to stay home and just not spend any outside money. That's when the WHO came out and said, you know what? We're banning all Universal films that are going to conduct their business this way. This is not right. Every studio has a contract that's 6 to 8 to 9 to 12 weeks of theater runtime before a release date of a film can be announced on video on demand. So they're like, oh, you're breaching that agreement. We therefore do not want to do business with you.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
So AMC was the first ones, and then Regal jumped in and said, yep, us too. Cinemark, same shit. So now you're having major theater chains in the U.S. coming out and saying, hey, we're not going to play your shit. We're not going to play your shit. It's not happening.
Yeah, but then, I mean, because I can see it as, as of right now, if I can see it as how Universal will profit out of that. Because obviously right now...
But it depends.
It does depend.
Because if you have a movie that costs $30-40 million to make, a John Wick movie, okay, like a John Wick, very small budget, very quick to make. Now they don't spend a ton of money. I mean, $30-40 million is a lot, but as opposed to fucking $250 Jurassic World, you know what I mean? But then if you had that with Jurassic World, where you're like, hey, we're gonna put that straight to video on demand, you are not gonna make, no movie makes $250 million on demand services.
That's true. I don't even.
No movie.
I don't think I've ever used an on-demand service.
And the reason why they're saying, oh, Trolls World Tour was such a big hit on demand was because that was the first one to give the audience that option. This is the first movie in history to do that, to be like, hey, we're not gonna release in theaters, we're gonna release on demand, without it being like, like pulling it from theaters to put it on demand because it's a shitty movie or whatever. Then being, no, this movie was meant to be in theaters, unfortunately can't, so we're gonna put it out on demand. That it was the hype behind it. It was the first time you could sit down and be like, hey, I should be watching this in the theater, but I'm at home right now.
I get that. It just, I don't know. It all depends. Like, honestly, like it all just depends on like how everything moves forward with this virus thing. Because I mean, if the virus does continue, let's say it does continue till like, let's say the end of the year, bleeding into like probably either the middle of next year or the end of next year, like these movies, what do you call them?
Theater chains?
No, not the theater chains. The
heads.
The like Universal, like
the studios.
The studios, they still have to profit, and they're not gonna profit if they don't put no movies out. So I mean, if this thing still continues, and the theater chains aren't allowed to open, then that's how I see the on-demand thing actually working in the benefits of the studios. Yeah. Because they're studios, they make money off the movies they put out. So I mean, if the theaters aren't going to be able to open up for we'll just say till the end of next year. We'll just say it might be they might open up at the end of at this year, or maybe the middle of next year they might open up again. Like these movie theaters still gotta put out movies. They still gotta make money. So I mean, I think the banning from the WHO. I think it's going too far, because they don't even know they don't even know what's gonna happen with like them when they're gonna be able to reopen. Yeah. So I mean, this, like I said, everyone's got to make money. These studios, they have to make money.
Yeah.
And if them making money means they have to go straight to on the like video like whatever, video on demand, then it's gonna have to happen, and the WHO is just gonna have to suck it up. I mean,
Yeah.
That's why I'm not like too.
But the thing is, the theater chains aren't going to be hurt by this because you
Yeah,
have
and
all these other.
I get that. I get that they're going to be hurt. I understand.
No,
that.
I don't think they will be hurt for at least the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Because all the movies that are being put out that are being pushed out right now, if they say, "Hey, guess what? We're not playing Universal films, so these dates are open." So if you want to put a Mulan in the date of like a Fast and Furious movie, do that, and then you know what I mean.
But I get that, but that's only if they reopen the theaters up. Which, you know what, realistically speaking, it's probably gonna happen by the end of this year.
Well, it's gonna happen in July. July is the day that a lot of theaters are starting to announce that they're gonna be opening. I think California, the AMC theater chain, has said that July 3rd is when they're planning on reopening for the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, hopefully it, that's the case, and they do open up and they start putting out movies again. Hopefully that's the case, but even then, I feel it's gonna be restricted. Obviously, there's gonna be restrictions, and I'm pretty sure like the AMC 12, the Palm Promenade where we go to, I'm pretty sure they're only gonna allow like probably. What, like one of those places, like what, 150 persons per room?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to restrict that to at least half that. So probably about 75 people per room.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they're going to enforce. It's either they're going to enforce like a seat in between each person rule. They're going to enforce some type of rule to keep the whole social distancing thing still enact. I mean, the worst case scenario is they're gonna have like
they're gonna do like limited seating,
and it's probably like in one row. There's probably only gonna be like 6 or 7 people in that row.
Yeah,
and they're all gonna be spread out.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel that like it could backfire on the studio on the the WHO. It could backfire really badly on them because like, I mean, honestly, bro, like, are you gonna go to the movie theaters and then they tell you, oh, it's sold out, like everything's sold out. You're gonna have to come back again, or have to buy your ticket early in the morning. It's gonna be like a Comic-Con sense where it's like the first day they reopen, the first day the tickets go on sale, it's sold out. Yep. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that. And then if it does go that route, then that's where video on demand is gonna profit, because no one, honestly, like me personally, if I really want to see a movie and I go, don't worry, I thought I turned it off.
Technical difficulties.
If I go see a movie and I have to be and I had to be told that, oh well, you're gonna try in the morning to try and get a freaking God damn it, I'm busy, bro. Sorry, bro, busy. If I'm busy, if I go and I'm being told, hey, this is you're gonna have to try your luck tomorrow. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go straight to video on demand, or video on demand, because everyone has a busy schedule, and I'm not gonna wait around till there's a seating available. I'm not gonna wait around. I'll just go straight to video on demand.
I hear you.
But like, that's the thing. It can go either way. It can go either way. Like, there is no, like, maybe it can go back to the way it was, but right now it's not. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. There's gonna be limited seating. Everyone's probably gonna be bitchy and not want to fucking put up with that shit. And then they're just the WHO is just gonna suffer from that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, what do you guys think about the whole situation with AMC versus Universal? Do you think it's going to benefit the theaters? Do you think it's going to hurt the theaters? Do you think it's going to hurt Universal? Let us know. We're gonna move on to our last subject. We're coming down to the last 10 minutes of the show, which I think for in the future, I think we'll do like maybe like reply to some comments or some discussions towards the
Yeah, we
end.
just got to get more people involved. Like I said, this is the first time we use Facebook Live, so
Shout out to our viewer. Shout out to the viewer.
Our one viewer, whoever that is. Which I think might be ourselves.
I don't know. So, last subject, The Mandalorian. I have been watching. Now, first they just released. They're releasing 8 episodes, an 8-episode documentary series on The Mandalorian. Fantastic. I advise you check it out.
Yeah.
Very interesting, especially with the way they do some of like the environment, the environmental effects. It's really really cool. And they get in like discussions of how this, the series was created and such. It's very very interesting. But news has dropped about season 2.
It has.
And about characters that we could expect coming up in season 2. The first character that was announced was Darth Maul.
Ooh.
One of my favorite Star Wars characters. I'm so excited. And I hope that they get Ray Park to come back to
hopefully
to play his role.
That'd be a great fucking. Like I would love to see him in with cyborg legs. Or I think it was in Rebel. No.
Supposedly Rebels and Clone Wars is canon. So whatever happened to these characters in those shows will affect how they are in the Mandalorian. I think in
Rebels he had the spider legs.
Yeah.
Was it Rebels? Yeah. I hope like they show him in spider legs, because I was watching like a little video on Facebook, like the Darth Maul's like his timeline in the whole Star Wars franchise. And he has a pretty interesting, story. Yeah. Not to say the least, like.
Yeah, I saw the Watch Mojo. I've been out of the loop with the animated shows for a long time. It never really interested me until just recently.
They were.
Yeah, he has a very interesting mythology. But yeah, so we got Darth Maul. And then the biggest news so far is Rosario Dawson is going to be playing what's her name? Ahsoka. She's going to be, and that's going to be the first character from any animated series to be involved in live action Star Wars canon. Actually, it was Forrest Whitaker's character in Rogue One. He was the first one, but this is like the first major character to be adapted to live action.
It's interesting because she also has an interesting story, like storyline in the whole Star Wars universe as well, like being Anakin / Darth Vader's like first apprentice.
Yeah.
And then like in the I think it's Rebels, you see like the end of you see her end. But I mean it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Like I watched the animated series and I was happy about how it all played out and how it all went.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see her in that. Like, I really want to see what they do with her in that.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be really interesting.
And then news came out, too. Boba Fett is going to be appearing also in Season 2. Ooh. Which is interesting, obviously, because he died in Return of the Jedi. But it's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate his character into The Mandalorian. Mandalorian is obviously, like... I feel like The Mandalorian is the biggest bridge between the live action and the animated series, because you had the Darksaber at the end of the Mandalorian season, and that was animated.
Wait, but isn't The Mandalorian between Episode 3 and Episode 4?
No. Maybe. Why am I fucking blanking on this? Holy shit!
I thought that's what that was the case. That's why they brought him in, because he did die at the end of Return of the Jedi. And I thought the Mandalorian took place before.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up on Google right now.
I'm pretty sure Mandalorian is between Episode 3 and 4.
Mandalorian takes place in the year of R. Lucas 9 in The Force Awakens, between 34. Okay. So it's actually between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
But didn't he die in...
He died in Return of the Jedi.
So they're probably going to... No.
This is probably going to be immediately after. Probably immediately after Return of the Jedi. They're going to probably show what happened. Maybe he found a way out.
Yeah, maybe he did. That'd be interesting.
What?
Wait, but didn't they?
Hi, Valeria.
Who is it?
Hi, guys. Number one viewer here. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. Hi.
Hello.
Is there anything you want us to touch on?
Valeria?
She works our merch table.
Oh,
Alberto is
one.
rude. I'm so sorry.
Well, I know two Valeria, so you have to be specific, and you have to be specific as to which one.
Is there anything that you want us to touch on before we end the episode?
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know.
Let us know, and we'll talk about it.
Big shout out to Valeria. Valeria, she works our merch table along with our homegirl Bev for all of our shows, and we hope to see her again very, very soon. We hope you're safe and your family is safe, and you guys are staying sane in this crazy time.
Very.
What are some Star Wars characters that you can see appearing in Mandalorian, whether it's season 2 or 3? What are some characters that you want to show?
Wait, they said Darth Maul.
Valeria also says, "Oh wow, the disrespect." LMAO.
I'm sorry. I didn't see the last name.
I'm gonna like it. There you
go. Wait, you said Darth Maul might make an appearance?
Darth Maul will make an appearance.
See, that's bullshit. That cannot happen.
It's happening.
It can't happen.
It's happening.
No, it doesn't really. They don't really say if he dies when.
No, he showed up. Oh no, he showed up in Solo. He showed up. He was at the end of Solo.
No, but the whole Darth Maul thing is that Darth Maul supposedly. Maybe I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm wrong in this, but supposedly he has one final battle with Obi-Wan and on Tatooine.
I got lost at Star Wars. Honestly, don't judge. My fandom is Harry Potter.
It's okay. We can do some Harry Potter. So apparently, from what I know, he dies when he has a final battle with Obi-Wan on Tatooine. Like, this is when Obi-Wan takes young baby Luke to his uncle's. Well,
we're gonna see what happens.
We are, because you know what? Because that's when he supposedly died. But you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. But is the Mandalorian canon?
Yes.
Fuck, how's that gonna work?
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
You know what? Yeah. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe they're bringing him back somehow. We'll see. Because where the fuck has he been the last two movies?
I don't know, man. I think that in the Boba Fett's the same thing. It's like, hey, we're gonna see where it goes from here. But we're about to hit the 1 hour mark.
Ooh.
So, Okay, so Valeria says my fandom is Harry Potter. So we'll get into some Harry Potter comments real quick.
Okay.
I am not a huge Harry Potter fan. I was a small Harry Potter fan in elementary, obviously when the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets came out.
Yeah.
I think I bought all the books up to Goblet of Fire. I think that was the last one I bought. And when I bought it, I was like, I'm going to read this. And it sat on my bedroom stand for like weeks. I started reading it, and I was like, okay, this is just too much. I'm stupid. I'm going to go back to my comic books.
Right.
I can't do this. I haven't been the biggest Harry Potter fan.
I don't know. No, I get that. I wasn't a big Harry Potter fan, but I did like the books. I did like the movies. I did like how they did the whole was it something magical beast?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty cool. It was kind of not a prelude per se, but it was.
It is a prequel.
It is a prequel. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a prequel to Harry Potter, but it was just a prequel of stuff that happened before.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting. I want to see the next. I don't know if the next movie came out.
There was 2 movies.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, they're making a 3rd movie. We're gonna see what happens because our boy the Flash from Justice League, he's also in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah.
He was caught on camera choking out a woman in Scotland. So
damn.
we don't know how his role. I know Ezra Miller. He supposedly had a bigger role in the films, so we don't know.
Was he choking a woman out out off a scene?
No, like someone busted out their phone, and I guess this woman and her friends were like harassing him, and like he said, "You want to go," and then fucking like put his hand to her throat and started choking her to the floor.
God damn.
And that was like, holy shit! Like, But Ezra Miller weighs like 10 pounds. Like, and this woman was not no petite woman. This was a thick girl. She was fluffy. I'm like,
fluffy,
I don't know.
Fluffy. The fluffies.
She was just out to ruin a career.
What did she say?
So elementary, damn, now I feel old.
God damn.
All right, so that's it for this episode.
That's it for the first episode back, yeah.
The first episode. Thank you so much, Valeria, for joining in the
you.
chat.
I'll buy you a drink next time to make up for the...
Yeah, oh yeah, you will. Yeah, you will definitely buy her a drink. Thank you guys so much for checking out this podcast. We really do appreciate it. Rockin' Comics is back. Mm-hmm. We are looking at a potential weekly show. But we're going to look into that a little bit more, and maybe at some point in the next couple of weeks we can announce what day you guys can catch the show. We're going to have the podcast on my Facebook page, just because, I'm the shit. And
fuck you.
No, it's just because the other...
It's easier.
Yeah, it's easier. I have some followers and stuff, so it's a little easier for us to engage on here. And that's pretty much like my brand. I don't see, now I'm sounding fucking egocentric.
Yeah,
My brand.
Your brand.
I'm building it a little bit.
What did she say?
So, oh look, a Flash update Flash player, Adobe, beautiful.
Oh, what did she say?
She'll catch you guys next time. I'll hold you to that. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Well, anyways, you guys can get Rockin' Comics on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, leave us a rating and review. Let us know how you're enjoying the show. We're also going to be doing a review of HBO Max as well on the show towards the end of the month. So that's something to look forward to. And maybe next time we'll talk about some of the movies and stuff we'll be catching. We'll probably do some homework and try to watch some stuff that maybe we haven't seen yet.
True.
So, check out Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Watch that shit. That shit is the end game of the DC animated universe. It was so gory. It was R-rated. There's so many bad words in it. Definitely, my son is not watching it, but it was amazing. I watched it today. It was fantastic. All right,
I'll give it a shot.
All right, so that's it for this podcast. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Valeria, love you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace. Go to the next scene.
I know the next scene.
Do you?